Hello, darling. Welcome. Thanks for coming here to listen to my story. My purpose here is to have you practice your English and relax with my soothing voice. Enjoy the process. I'm Savannah Rose Parker, but folks around here just call me Rose. I reckon it's a pleasure to meet ya. Nice to meet you, honey. I hope you enjoy meeting me. I'm a proud Texan girl with hair as bright as the sun and eyes that mirror the clear summer skies. Life's been quite the journey, and growing up in the land of the free has shaped me in more ways than I can count. Growing up in Texas was an adventure that shaped the very core of who I am today. The vast landscapes, the warm embrace of Southern hospitality, and the rich tapestry of Texan culture made my childhood an unforgettable journey. My hometown was a small, tight-knit community where everyone knew everyone else. It was the kind of place where Sunday barbecues and Friday night football games brought the whole town together. As a kid, my days were filled with the sounds of laughter echoing through the streets. The scent of barbecue wafting through the air, and the unmistakable twang of country music playing in the background. One of my fondest memories is of the endless summers spent at my grandparents' ranch, nestled against the backdrop of the hill country. Their property seemed like a slice of heaven. The days were spent exploring the fields, chasing after fireflies as the sun dipped below the horizon, and listening to my grandfather's tales of the old days. Texan summers were scorching, and the only respite from the relentless heat was the local swimming hole. We would gather our friends and head down to the cool, refreshing waters, where we would spend hours splashing around and escaping the sun's unrelenting rays. Those lazy summer days at the swimming hole are etched in my memory like scenes from a timeless movie. As a Texan girl, there was no escaping the allure of rodeos. Each year, the whole town would come alive with excitement as the rodeo rolled into town. The air would be thick with the scent of hay and excitement, as cowboys and cowgirls from all around showcased their skills in bull riding, barrel racing, and calf roping. It was a spectacle that brought the community together, with everyone donning their best cowboy boots and hats to revel in the festivities. Texan cuisine was another integral part of my childhood. From the irresistible aroma of sizzling fajitas at the local Tex-Mex joint to the mouth-watering barbecue served up at the annual cook-offs, my taste buds were constantly treated to a symphony of flavors. I can still recall the savory taste of brisket, the tangy kick of barbecue sauce, and the sweet indulgence of homemade pecan pie. But life in Texas wasn't just about the traditions and celebrations. It was also about the values instilled in us by our tight-knit community. Respect, kindness, and a strong work ethic were the pillars on which our upbringing rested. Neighbors looked out for each other, and the sense of belonging was palpable. As the years passed, I left Texas to explore new horizons, but the memories of my Texan childhood remain eternally imprinted on my heart. The vast landscapes, the vibrant culture, and the genuine warmth of the people made growing up in Texas an experience like no other. It wasn't just a place. It was a way of life, and one that continues to influence and shape the person I am today. One day, I had to move to New York to work. Unfortunately, I had to leave my beloved Texas, leaving the vast, open landscapes of Texas and diving headfirst into the towering concrete jungle of New York City was a move that changed the very rhythm of my life. It was a journey from the slow drawl of Southern hospitality to the fast-paced heartbeat of the Big Apple. And let me tell you, it was a culture shock like no other. Growing up in Texas, life was all about wide open spaces, friendly neighbors, and a sense of community that felt like an extension of family. But when an opportunity knocked, beckoning me to the hustle and bustle of New York City, I couldn't resist the allure of new adventures and the promise of professional growth. The first time I set foot in the city that never sleeps, I was awestruck by the towering skyscrapers that seemed to touch the heavens. The streets buzzed with an energy that was both exhilarating and overwhelming. I left behind the cowboy boots and wide-brimmed hats for sleek city attire, navigating the subway system like a true New Yorker in the making. Work life in the heart of Manhattan was a whirlwind of meetings, deadlines, and a fast-paced environment that kept me on my toes. It was a stark contrast to the laid-back Texan pace, but the challenges only fueled my determination to adapt and thrive in this concrete maze. Gone were the days of leisurely barbecues and slow Sunday afternoons. Instead, I found myself immersed in the vibrant cultural scene, attending Broadway shows, exploring museums, and savoring cuisine from around the world. New York City became my playground, and each neighborhood had its own unique charm, offering a blend of diversity that was both enriching and eye-opening. Amid the glitz and glamour, I often found myself yearning for the simplicity of a Texas sunset and the familiar twang of a country tune. The anonymity of city life was a stark departure from the close-knit community I had known, and making genuine connections felt like navigating a maze of skyscrapers. Over time, I learned to balance the Texas warmth ingrained in my upbringing with the resilience required to thrive in the competitive landscape of the city. I discovered hidden gems in Central Park, learned to appreciate the beauty of a crowded subway during rush hour, and embraced the melting pot of cultures that defined New York. As the years passed, my Texan roots remained an integral part of my identity, providing a solid foundation in the midst of the urban chaos. The decision to trade the Lone Star State for the Empire State was a leap of faith that brought both challenges and rewards, shaping me into a woman with the heart of a Texan and the soul of a New Yorker. It's a tale of two worlds, each leaving an indelible mark on the woman who dared to bridge the gap between Southern comfort and the city that never sleeps. Thanks a bunch for listening, sweetheart. You're real kind. Hope you kicked back and enjoyed my story. Kisses from your Texan gal. I love ya. Do swing by to hear me again, all right? Bye, honey.